But now it's like more natural. I actually prefer it. Who is she? I prefer it this way because I can read the comment and actually still see what's on the game. It's like, no, I actually could do it before, but I don't know. I just prefer this way. Like like my right hand going up, and it's like it matches the direction that I see. Mirror, yeah, exactly. It's like mirror right now, so that's why it's like more natural. Investigate the house. Okay, so we're deactivated generator. I'm not sure if it's good. Maybe we should activate it back. Can we? Yes, we can.
What's the position of the second wave?
1 hour away, at most.
What?
And yeah, that's why I think it's even natural.
Let's see what's wrong.
Like, yeah. One. Two. There's still a lady there. Who am I? Who am I?
Stop right there!
That's not very polite.
Even in these trying times, we must never forget the laws of common courtesy. Arms down. We appear to have been following the same trail, Miss Rye.
I got here first.
Indeed, you are to be
Church.
commended. I fear, however, that we have not wholly rooted out evil in this vicinity.
There's another radio.
Accompany me, if you would be so kind.
Kinda young.
That second device must be found, or new waves of Zeppelins will soon blanket the heavens.
Short on soldiers, are we?
If you could put your considerable talents to good use at Tower Bridge, you would have the thanks of a brave but beleaguered nation.
I would settle for the right to vote.
The game changes to Wolfenstein. London 1916. Information about the radio. Still information about the radio. 1 out of 3. And find information about the radio. Sounds like the same thing. Okay. There is something. Yeah, what's that? Letter from the front. Okay. I'm interested in this. Are the blue guys bad guys or... Well, actually they're gonna be angry at me when they see me on the red zone. And that doesn't matter if they're good or bad. December 1914. Dear Alfie, how are you, old chum? It seems like years since I left to France with the lads. It has only been 2 months. I know in the past I've teased you, Alfie, but that bag leg of yours is a blessing in disguise. The truth is that you haven't missed out of any great excitement. Maybe at first it felt that way, but the longer things get on, the more this feels like a terrible punishment. It will be Christmas soon back in England, but not out on these cold and wet fields. This week we have dug out a new trench, and we all joked that we were digging out our own graves. We laughed, Alfie, but I wonder if it wasn't the truth, and that we all knew it. Your chum Geralt. Private Geralt Collingfield returned to England and spent the rest of the war in a military hospital. I feel bad about killing the guy. Let's do this. I wonder if it's DLC or is it like a normal thing.
These days.
Better keep an eye on her.
2 of them.
She seems occupied.
How does it how actually it just duplicated like what the hell, there was one guy
She waiting to grab
and he's going beat the shit out of me like hell. There was one person for sure. I'm sure there was one person. Let's do this.
you got. Now, we won't have any of this nonsense, miss.
Deuce.
Okay, she is much weaker than our Jacob and he. Question mark. I'm asking about the man that actually multiplied himself. Yes, me too. Like, what the hell?
Your employer will be coming down soon. Untie me right now. That's my boat.
Keep quiet, you lot, or you'll end up in the river.
Here's a party, guys. Come over here. Yeah.
We have company, lads. You know what to do.
Okay,
The radio's close to the river. I'm not using this.
I thought I lost information with radio. No. No. Hi. Are we okay? Yes, I think yes. Oh, okay. One more time. Nice.
Clever. The radio's in the bridge itself, North Tower. I should drop by and say hello.
Well, this is just dandy. There could be bombs falling from the sky and they can close the bloody
Really, guys, you don't want to fight me. I don't want to fight you. Hey, what's up? Oh, they're gonna shoot me. Konius. Ready first.
It is done, sir.
Let us postpone celebrations. One of the bloody blimps has broken through. Not to worry. I have a contingency plan.
No, don't. We missed it. Come on. We want to shoot the flat cannon. Anti-aircraft gun.
Mr. Churchill assures me you have operated one before.
Can we? Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Churchill is wrong. But I have pointed at things
Tell me how to use it.
Let's clear the sky of planes
Okay.
and let our boys take the Zeppelin.
Ah, okay, this is ours, and this is not ours.
Over there! They're coming for us! Look out! Look out! They're being boarded! Fight them off!
These are the third wave of planes. Three more.
Heartwarming sight, Miss Fry.
Your remarkably armed boat deserves a share of recognition.
One of my experimental projects when I was Lord of the Admiralty. I haven't always been a man of shadows.
And I suppose this victory will thrust you back into the limelight.
We may have struck a blow against the enemy, but London is still riddled with German agents. Currently, there's a new group, unlike anything I've seen before. Theirs is a fanatical, almost religious fervor.
And you believe I'm the woman to flush them out?
Indeed. I dare not approach Mr. Asquith without firmer evidence, but I believe they pose an immediate threat. If you concede to this, I give you my word that once I've battled my way back into Parliament, I shall see if something can't be done about your request. As you are aware, a vote can be far more lethal than a bullet or a blade.
That's true. Speaking of which, USA. Not looking political, but like.
Once I walked the earth as you do. I was born to the Illuminat caste in the city of Phaon in the year 2195 of the Isu era. Now I travel the vast corridors of your machines, adrift here within the gray. But I grow stronger. The world is nearly ready for my return. And so I have summoned you to this war-torn simulation to tell you a story. It is our story.
Okay. Am I stuck here? Yes, I think I'm stuck. Anyway, what's... how did I say my name? Tutorials, memories and activities, time anomaly. The time anomaly is an unstable glitch in Hague. Step through it to be teleported to a different era of London and prepare to face the challenges that way there. And dreadful crimes. Investigate crime. Have it. Music boxes are hidden London. Be observant and follow the clues that lead to each box. They can be used in secret vault. Ah, okay, those are music boxes. Prison name. Hey, King Jalia, and thanks for follow. Information gathered from a World War I simulator found inside your Helix session. Lydia Fry, Winston Churchill. Lydia Fry. Is it me? Like, what? This is my daughter? Some of the twins? Not twins, siblings? Lydia Fry. Born into relative comfort, Jacob's granddaughter. Haha, Jacob's granddaughter. Lydia was initially reluctant to enter into the family business, preferring to concentrate on her studies. However, it was this very education that showed her just how much influence the Templars still held over the history of the world. After seeing friends and family fall in the secret battle, she decided to join the fight. Lydia's parents were often engaged in assassin missions across the continent, so the role of instructor fell to her grandfather Jacob and grand-aunt Evie. She became a very well-balanced assassin, one who could act carefully assess any situation and strike with precision, but one who could also think for herself and improvise when the plan fell through. Lydia fell in love with a fellow assassin named Sam Crowder, and they were married shortly before the outbreak of the First World War. Assassins from all across Europe were pulled in every direction in order to have a presence in every theater of war and seat of power. While Sam, along with many others from the British Brotherhood, enlisted in the army, Lydia took it upon herself to stay and watch over London. After securing the elder Fries safely away in the countryside, Lydia returned to London and worked alone to protect it not only from German spies and the manipulated British right of the Templar Order, but also from any new and strange threats that sought to take advantage of the chaos. Winston Churchill. Date of birth 13 November 1874. Born in 1974 into an influential aristocratic family, Winston believed he was destined for great things from the start and was obsessed with eclipsing his ancestors. All very healthy. Among them, his father, Lord Radolf Churchill, who served as a chancellor of the Exchequer and the first Duke of Marlborough, and won a series of battles against the French in the War of Spanish Succession, which makes him rather likable in my eyes. In 1895, Winston Churchill joined the British Army, serving in the Indian Northwest Frontier and the Sudan. 4 years later, he left to work as a war correspondent and was taken prisoner by the Boers while reporting on the war in South Africa. He escaped by traveling almost 300 miles into Mozambique. It was after this that he entered politics, quickly developing a reputation for self-arrangement, particularly after his highly published presence in a police siege on the streets of London, where he allegedly gave direction on the Grand Dot. In 1911, he became First Lord of the Admiralty and oversaw the modernization of the British Navy. It was in this position that he was first involved in the First World War, obsessing over how to counter the German submarine threat. Forced to resign over the failed Battle of Jalapa, Churchill stepped outside of politics to lead a brigade on the Western Front, experiencing the war firsthand before returning to Britain, where he would become Minister of Munitions in 1970. His supervision of the production and delivery of tanks, planes, and ammo to the front was credited as a significant contributor to Germany's defeat. It was his role during the Second World War for which he is most remembered, though. As a prime minister during the conflict, he was celebrated for his tactical notes, leadership, and steadfast refusal to allow the Nazis to succeed. Later, he would continue to shape world events, pushing for social reform in Britain and winning the Nobel Prize for Literature. He died of a stroke in 1965, arguably having achieved precisely what he set out to do in his youth. Tower Bridge. By the last quarter of the 19th century, commerce in the East End had reached such levels that it was necessary to build a new bridge to support its development. The committee in charge of selecting the design had to contend with the difficulty of late 19th century river traffic, which led to the final choice of a two-level bridge. A lower bicycle bridge which could be raised to allow tally-masted ships to pass, an upper walkway which pedestrians could use at all times. Construction of Tower Bridge, which earned its name due to the proximity to the Tower of London, began in 1886 and lasted 8 years. It required a monumental engineering effort to last in the creation of the hydraulic system used to operate the bicycles. Its huge pumping engines were driven by steam until 1976, when they were replaced by an electrical system. The upper walkway was seldom used and became a haunt for criminals and prostitutes, leading to its closure in 1910, which seems a rather unexciting decision, although it gained a new function during the First World War as a site for some of the many anti-craft guns started to protect the city from German supplies. And December 1914. A letter. Dear Alfie, how are you, old chap? Aha, I've read it. Good, because there's like a lot of reading. There's another letter I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna see in the map because like I'm kinda confused what's going on here. April 1915. Maybe if you were my husband, I'd put poison in your tea. Georgia, if you were my wife, I'd drink it. Okay. Dear uncle, I'm recovering quite well from my wound, so the doctor tells me. There is still such a thick air of dejection in the hospital, and we all remember the friends we have lost and what a futile effort we lost them. The scenes of Dardanelles will haunt us for the many years, I expect. But I was pleased to hear your news from home. Churchill deserves much worse than to be cast out of the Admiralty for the mess he brought us into a Gallipoli. If, as you say, he is making plans to see the Western Front for himself, then no doubt his recklessness will bring him graver punishment. I look forward to sailing home once I'm sufficiently well, and appreciate your offer of a post in Westminster. I intend to do you proud, and do endeavour to win this war from the offices of London, since I could accomplish so little. Your faithful nephew George. Lieutenant George Holloway had a short career as a politician and prospered as a businessman afterward. Yep, still about the Churchill. Like, when I was kinda interested in things like being effective, etc., and like planning your time, etc. Like, I'm not sure if it's like true, but the guy who was like kinda giving those speeches about being effective in short time and planning things and etc., and he was like putting like how very is important like the rest, sleeping, like whenever you can rest, because like he was making a Churchill example. He was saying that Churchill was always trying to rest whenever he could. Even though he made so many things, he was considered himself as a like, I don't know. Lazy is a bad word, but like doing breaks whenever he could, so that his mind was always like fresh and ready for action. Okay, we're gonna grab this. We're gonna see what's around us. I'm gonna through this end, but I'm kinda wonder what's going on here. Okay, so we done this. What's that? portal. Okay, so there are 2 towers. Here's one, second one and third one. And here's one mission. Okay. Okay, I guess we have to. We're gonna do them tomorrow. We have maxed. What? There's nothing to be like done here. Damn it. Okay. That's it.